The question, Kavita, that I'd like to ask is, what is the most common question that you get now that you're, putting out your videos on YouTube that are, related to English speaking? So, what are the most common questions that you get?
Okay. Question is, ma'am, that I have been practicing English for many years or many months, or I have been
Mhm.
listening to various videos also, but I'm still not able to improve my English. What should I do?
Mhm. So, there are multiple factors that can play a role of catalyzing.
Hi everyone, in this video you will see me talking to a tutor from Acefluency. Acefluency is a wonderful application and the best part about this application is it offers various features for free. You can connect with the co-learners and talk to them every day for 20 minutes absolutely for free. You can also buy membership plans and subscribe to their charges if you wish to talk to any tutor. Well, I have subscribed, and if you wish to go ahead and book any teacher or pay subscription, you can simply download this application from the link I have mentioned in the description box below. Along with that, you can apply my promo code, which is KAVITA10. If you apply my promo code KAVITA10, you will get additional 10% discount, which I felt like sharing with you all. Anyway, you can watch ahead and enjoy the video.
Nice. I mean, coming up with this idea of expressing, being out there, helping students to understand the way of learning English, basically through the journey that you have had, right? You showed students that it's not necessary for a person, to have good speaking skills if they come from a, English speaking school or something like that, which is a very common ideology that goes around. If
Yes.
you're a
Yeah.
good speaker, then you must be from a,
English medium.
English speaking school, right? CBSCs, ICSCs, and things like that. But it's not true, and I think you're portraying it great through your YouTube channel.
No, I was in English medium school, but
Mm-hmm.
there are English medium schools also which are divided based on the income of their parents. If my
Yeah.
parents are earning really less, they have their tendency that they will be admitting their children to those school where the of which
Nice. I mean, coming up with this idea of expressing, being out there, helping students to understand the way of learning English, basically through the journey that you have had, right? You showed students that it's not necessary for a person, to have good speaking skills if they come from a, English speaking school or something like that, which is a very common ideology that goes around. If
Yes.
you're a
Yeah.
good speaker, then you must be from a,
English medium.
English speaking school, right? CBSCs, ICSCs, and things like that. But it's not true, and I think you're portraying it great through your YouTube channel.
No, I was in English medium school, but
Mm-hmm.
there are English medium schools also which are divided based on the income of their parents. If my
Yeah.
parents are earning really less, they have their tendency that they will be admitting their children to those school where the fees is literally very less. But they are
Hmm.
named as English medium school. So I
Right.
was in one such school where all my teachers, friends, everybody spoke Hindi, and I felt like why am I here? Why am I not learning anything? So my father,
Right.
he always motivated me to learn English. He said that beta आप English medium school में पढ़ती हो, आपको आती नहीं English. We were in Hindi medium school, Marathi medium school. All these people can speak Hindi, Marathi. They talk in their school language. So why don't you people? So ऐसे we started practicing.
Right. Right. So this is a case where most of the people don't know that there are schools out there that are, having these kind of activities as
Hmm.
well. They are
Hmm.
just for the namesake of
Namesake.
being English. That's it, pretty much. So, Kavita, I haven't asked you, like, what's the name of your YouTube channel?
My own name, Kavita Divakar. I
Kavita
have my own
Devagar.
name because I always wanted my name to be popular. So I have channel Kavita Diwakar. So anybody who wishes
Okay.
to visit my channel at least types my name. I feel good.
Right. Good thought, I must say. And
And
way of remembering your name.
whenever I would be watching movie in my school days, I felt like Amitabh Bachchan's movie I'm watching, Amitabh Bachchan would be sleeping now, and still his
Hmm.
movies are available and we are watching, and Amitabh Bachchan doesn't even know that we are watching. So why
Right.
don't I have something that somebody would be watching me and I'll be sleeping and I don't know? So I felt YouTube is one such platform after the invention of Geo and this Wi-Fi network being so much
Hmm.
accessible by everyone easily. So I felt that this is the best platform when I can fulfill my dream, not to a very extreme high level, but at least to a moderate level somewhere. And I'm very happy about it. Whatever I do, I'm really happy. At least I don't have regrets.
That's the most important thing that we should be, thinking about. Not having regrets after a specific time,
Yes,
right? If you like it, if you're enjoying it, then do it. That's not an issue. Being happy mentally is really
mentally.
important nowadays because of the pandemic that suddenly struck all of the world, right? And there was so sorrow, illness, deaths going on
Correct.
around. The morality of the society was really, really,
Mm.
and by the way the Geo has provided internet at a very low cost and made it
Mm.
available for the people to
Yes.
access it easily, has given so many opportunities for people to to come up with different ways of sharing their
Yes.
lifestyles, sharing hope in those situations as well, right? So I think it was a great thing that happened back then, and that's a great thing. Acha, another question, Kavita, that I'd like to ask is, what is the most common question that you get now that you're, putting out your videos on YouTube that are, related to English speaking? So, what are the most common questions that you get?
Okay, but I won't answer that question. I'll ask that same question to you because you are yourself a mentor, and that too a mentor from Acefluency. So I feel that you'll be much more better answerable to this question. The question is, ma'am, that I have been practicing English for many years or many months, or I have been
Mhm.
listening to various videos also, but I'm still not able to improve my English. What should I do?
Mhm. So there are multiple factors that can play a role of catalyst in which, because of which you're not able to, progress the way you wanted to. First and foremost reason would be improper practice. That is what's going on. Now, let's say for an example, and I do agree to this, that India or this place that we are currently is not the most suited place to practice English, because one major factor that just keeps us holding us down is that mentality, the image that we have. If he or she speaks in Hindi, if I speak in Hindi, what is the person in front of me going to think about it? Whether
Correct,
am I going
correct.
to maintain my image that I've been building for so many years, or
Hmm,
what's going to happen to it, right? So what
hmm,
happens is when you start having conversations in English with these people, that factor, that mentality of being image comes in between, and which
hmm.
restricts yourself from having communication continuously, which
Correct.
is a factor that holds us down. Because when you're practicing, you think constantly,
Hmm,
right? For a
hmm,
beginner, let's talk about a beginner. What is
hmm,
the thought process of speaking in English?
hmm,
A beginner would be thinking about a statement in Hindi or whatever native
hmm,
language it's going to be. He or
hmm,
she will convert it into English and then speak it out,
hmm.
right?
Correct,
So
correct.
there's a lot of lag that happens from
Hmm.
brain to your mouth and then you speak it, right? So
Correct,
there's a
correct.
lot of lag that comes in
Yeah,
between, because of which there is pauses. We call them fillers, which are the sounds that you come
yeah,
across when
correct. Mostly everybody. I see
right.
90% people, they have this habit of saying in between.
Hmm.
It's like
Yeah, that is the major factor which keeps you behind others, which is not able to understand why you are making these mistakes, right? And the another reason that I would say is not having a good partner with whom you're practicing, because I know it's a area you don't have time, you don't have friends, you don't have people with whom you can have conversations easily, and
correct.
they might not be at a level where they can provide you good feedback,
Hmm,
right? I
hmm,
believe, in my perspective, feedbacks are really, really important, because unless and until you get feedback, I mean
hmm.
constructive feedback,
Correct,
right? You won't be able to understand the areas in which you have to improve, right? So once you know the areas that you have to work on, let's say, for example, I got a feedback, constructive feedback from a trainer or a person that is good in English, and he says
correct,
that I have to work on my sentence structuring, pronunciation a bit of grammar. This is the area that I'm lacking. So I know the areas that I have to work on. Also, with that, the person can also give me tips and tricks on how you can improve, because
correct.
they have been through that phase.
Yes,
Right.
yes, correct.
So they might give you ideas like go through YouTube channels, search out videos for grammar.
Mm,
You have Google for improving your pronunciation. There are
mm,
ways in which you can imitate a person who is speaking in English that can improve your spoken English skills. Right. So these things are really important. And I feel this is something that the person you're talking about or that student, whoever it is not able to do properly. Because
correct.
of which, even though he is practicing in English, even
Mm,
though he's listening for a very long time, he's not able to get to the point where he needs to be. I feel
correct.
these are the areas of facts that he needs to work on.
Work. Mm.
Yeah, that is what I would
So
suggest.
very well answered. You answered it very well. I feel this is the same answer every mentor will be giving.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel the same. People like me, my co-trainers, other people from different organizations are all here to help you out because we have been in your
Correct.
shoes, right?
Yes,
We
yes,
were
yes,
at a level where we
yes.
can understand the things you're
Exactly.
facing, the
Mm,
issues that you have, or the issues that will come
mm,
in the future, how to avoid it, or what all things you need to do, right? So I feel the answers are going to be very similar.
yes.
It's just the way of explaining, the way of talking about this will be different. Because,
Mm.
I mean, everybody has their own perspective and way of speaking, right? So that is the one thing that will change, but the answer will be same to an extent, I believe.
I had more questions to ask, but since there's a time constraint of 15 minutes and we have
Right.
already finished that, so I wouldn't be so stupid to ask you more questions. But next
Sure.
time I'll definitely come with more questions to get some wonderful and precious answer from your end, I hope.
Absolutely. It would be my pleasure to answer these questions and help the students that are watching your YouTube channel
Yeah,
to grow in their language learning journey. And I hope they get to the point where they, want to be. So
I
yeah,
wish the
that's
same
that.
for all my viewers. I hope they do.
Touch wood and crossed fingers for them. That is what I would say. Keep on practicing. Just don't hesitate to reach out to people. Make mistakes. There's no habit. No one's going to remember you for that
And the
anyways.
best part is when you join any such application or any mentor, or a teacher, because when you're talking to a partner, the partner might not be able to correct your mistakes because he is at the same level where you are. So if you want yourself to upgrade
Hmm.
somewhere, you should be joining or talking to somebody who is better than you, so that you get a positivity that you have to be like this person
Right.
somehow.
A visual representation for that would be, let's say person A is here and person B is here. If
Ah,
you both are at the same level, there's no scope of improvement,
right.
right? The way you're going to improve is like this.
Correct. Correct.
You are going
Correct.
to
Correct.
improve simultaneously
Mhm.
with
Correct.
pushing each other up, right? Whereas if you start here with a person and you're here, you see the amount of growth that you're having by getting the inputs from a person who is experienced. So that's the difference that it makes when you're having a conversation with a trainer, a teacher, a person who is really experienced in the language or
Yes, true.
whatever the fact. It's not just about languages, but any other fact.
Right.
Working out, speaking, acting, listening, music, whatever it is. That's the way I feel.